Hi, my friends. Welcome to Deep Six, the Deep State. We have a pretty big story today. Buried in the report of the Inspector General on McCabe is clear evidence of Obama's and his staff's involvement in killing the investigation of the Clinton Foundation during the election campaign. This is really serious and really big. Here's what happened according to the Inspector General's report. In the middle of the 2016 election, the Wall Street Journal ran a story saying that the FBI was investigating financial ties between Jill McCabe, Andrew's wife, who was running for the state Senate in Virginia, and the Clintons, to the effect that the Clintons had funneled almost $700,000 into Jill's campaign, while her husband, Andrew, was in charge of investigating the Clinton Foundation and handling the emails from her private server and deciding whether to prosecute that. That story, of course, shook Washington to its core. And Andrew McCabe saw that he was that he was in trouble. And when the Wall Street Journal called a few days later to say it had a follow-up story, which said that he was shutting down the investigation of the Clinton Foundation, McCabe had Lisa Page of Strzok and Page, his staff person and Peter Strzok's lover, leak a statement that a Justice Department official, a high Justice Department official, we still don't know who it is, phoned McCabe and said that he was very unsatisfied that the investigation of the Clinton Foundation was still active and that a lot of agents were running around Washington trying to check it out, and that he was really displeased with that. And McCabe said that the leak said that McCabe was very disappointed with that, but that the Justice Department official was very, quote, pissed off, unquote. Well, that story ran, and a few days later, the Clinton Foundation probe was, in fact, shut down by McCabe. So investigators began to question where had that leak come from. Obviously, it was a self-serving leak by McCabe to try to defuse the attack on him because of his wife's receipt of Clinton's campaign contributions. Eventually, this controversy led him to recuse himself from the Clinton Foundation investigation, but that was only a week or two before the election. In the meantime, Comey called McCabe in and questioned him about the story, and various investigators did as well, under oath. And McCabe either misled or lied to them and said if in effect he didn't know anything about the leak and he wasn't responsible and so forth. In fact, he even claimed that he did not know that CF stood for the Clinton Foundation. The investigators, this is still under Obama, asked him to prepare a written statement under oath, and he said he would, but he never got around to it, and the statement never materialized. There things sat until May of 2017, when Trump was in office and ordered this leak investigated intensely. And the investigators got back to McCabe and questioned him, and he once again, in effect, lied under oath, saying that he had nothing to do with it. In the meantime, the text messages between Peter Strzok and Lisa Page percolated up into public view. And in those text messages, it was very clear that Lisa Page, who had in fact done the leak at McCabe's request, knew that the Journal was running this new story, and that she in fact knew this whole conversation. That brought the investigation into even higher gear. And before the Inspector General interrogated Lisa Page, they re-interrogated McCabe. McCabe then walked back his claim that he didn't know anything about the leak and said that he may have authorized the leak, that Lisa Page did. And that's where the matter now stands. So McCabe looks potentially to be on the hook for lying to federal investigators, as well as for leaking the memo. But regardless of who leaks what to whom and when, the fact remains that a top official of the Justice Department called the deputy director of the FBI and in effect told him to drop the investigation of the Clinton Foundation right in the middle of the election campaign. The leaking and the prosecutions that are likely to flow from it give us the lever that we'll need to find out who this top official was, because McCabe can be forced, in effect, to identify him or her, and then you can put him or her on the stand and say, my guess is it's Loretta Lynch, just a guess, and say, who authorized you to make that call to McCabe? And you know damn well the answer is somebody in the White House. And then you put him and you say, who authorized you? And eventually the food chain leads back to where it probably started, with President Barack Obama. Now, you can't impeach a former president, unfortunately, but you sure can impeach his reputation. And to make clear that this entire Clinton Foundation scandal was covered up by this administration during the election. This is really pretty huge, so please circulate this all over the place. You see, it hasn't gotten much press because the story has been who leaked and who lied. But the real story is who made that phone call. Thanks for watching.